Hello, it's Priscilla in Spring Hill, Florida on a hot August afternoon at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery. And I've got a plan, and it doesn't necessarily start with the picture from my calendar. I have a bunch. I think I'm going to share some of those with you guys as time goes on, just for my own benefit. I've got an entire website that I almost never go to and haven't updated in a while, but it has some beautiful artworks on it. Anyway, enough of that for now. This is my edge catcher. This is my inspiration piece. Let's refocus. Okay, so that's my inspiration piece. And I'm going to use my edge catcher, maybe not. I wanted to use a 20 by 20, but I used them up, so I can't do that. So today is going to be a 16 by 16 inch. I'm going to put my inspiration piece forward, bring my canvas down here, check to see that everything is in focus, and move the, oh boy, there we go, that's better. I'm going to move this down here a little ways. Yeah, am I? Okay. Why is that so crooked? I don't want it to be crooked. Alright, so anyway, welcome to my little swipe project. I'm trying to remember not to put the stool away. I am going to put something cold on top of my camera and hope that that's not going to be a problem again, as in I didn't check. So I'm going to introduce you, if you haven't been introduced to before, to my spatula. It's an OXO omelet turning spatula. It's available on Amazon, on the Amazon link below my video. There are descriptions of the recipe, what's going on in the artwork, my Pinterest, the link, excuse me, not LinkedIn, the album for Facebook with both wet and dry artworks, and this beautiful paint spreading miracle. So I think I've shaken this up, but I'm going to make sure one more time. And I don't usually do what I'm doing now, which is to start my swipe off with a vast, copious amount of white paint. But I have this plan in mind, and it includes using, where is it? My favorite purple color, as in, come here, my favorite purple color. But it always darkens up unless it's over white. I think it might be time for my glasses, since I can't see the difference between canvas, white canvas and white paint half the time. Anyway, so this is kind of a big deal, as in the last time I tried this it was a tiny deal, as in a tiny deal. Anyway, so I want to move that out of the way so I don't get any paint on it. I am going to attempt to zigzag my way through this. Maybe I'm going to put it someplace I can actually see it and use it. So I'm thinking, whoops, wow, got hot really fast out here. That means that the paint is getting liquid. And wow, I actually made the same pattern all the way across. That is unusual, I got to tell you what. But neither here nor there. We got enough gold. That's a nice start. I'm happy with that start. So I have also been using, where's my gorgeous blue? There's my metallic blue. There's my Bahama blue. Actually, that's a metallic turquoise. But seeming as I'm going to try and stick somewhat close to the original colors, and I'm fortunate enough to actually have laid them out the way I wanted to, which is really cool and very unusual, in fact. And I don't put them next to each other for the basic reason that as I use the spatula, they will merge with each other. And hopefully I won't get too much paint right on. I'm nitpicking now, never mind. I've got a wet rag. Actually, I've got a finger. I'm going to take any paint off of there right now. Oh, I don't need a bug. Goodbye, bug. I'm going to wipe off my spatula with my wet rag so I have it to use and check to see what I want next. And I think it's going to be this Prussian blue, even though there's a little paint tag there at the beginning. And even though I kind of decided a while back that if I want bright colors in the middle of my swipes, I ought to put them there. And that's the only way they're ever going to get there. So let's keep doing what we've been doing. And this Prussian blue is nice. It sells up when other blues do not. I don't know why. Probably Gina knows why, but I don't know why. And as long as it keeps doing what it's supposed to be doing, especially with this Bahama Blue, which is, I believe, an Anita's brand. Anyway, look at the Anita's paint at Hobby Lobby or online, wherever. No, what's up with the bugs today? Uninvited party guests. Darn. That's not what I would say if I were... Never mind. Okay, so far so good, and I don't have the color I want, which is a nice red-orange. And I think a few other things come out now. They do get, my squeeze bottles do get, oh, splooge. I think I'll take that little piece of orange. I was really lucky that I was stupid enough to leave that painting in the line of fire and it didn't get hit too badly. I think I'm going to come back, put some pink in there, because I just made a batch. It's not metallic, and I kind of like the metallics. One day I'm going to do this zigzag pattern for real and leave it just to see how it dries, and because it's usually fairly attractive, and I never ever do. And people are like, you wasted paint. Well, anyway, it's part of the process if you're going to swipe to try and find out what's going on. I like that. I like that so much. I think I'm just going to get a little belligerent and throw some of that right in there. I like that. Okay, now I do recall I had some lighter orange and a little bit of yellow, and as weird as it seems, I would not normally think that yellow and gold would go together, but they seem to kind of work for me lately, so I'm going to do that. I'm also going to do this. So yeah, I'm not imitating my colors exactly, whatever. It's going to work out. I'm hopeful. Let's do this. And let's do that. And I'm thinking I have some pretty metallic red. And I must have just mixed some of that because I don't recall. Okay, I put my spatula down right there. Let's put some more of that. Oh, wrong color. Anyway, cameras do melt in this heat and they shut off at 20 minutes. So if you ever wonder why I have a timer on, that's why. And I have something cold on there also. Get my dish of rags out of the way. It occurs to me that I'm glad I know where my swipe rags are. I use a cotton t-shirt hem as a tool. So instead of wet paper towels, I use that t-shirt hem. Let's just use our finger to put that over there and wipe up. See if I can find one that's convenient and the right length. Hey, cool. That's a meant to be moment. I'm going to squeeze it out. Make sure there's nothing dripping out. I'm going to throw a little bit of white right in the middle here. And I do mean a little, because I think it will help that blue, that Prussian blue sell. And probably anything else. White's a really good catalyst for selling things. I'm going to throw a little more of that along the edge. I'm probably going to, well, what am I going to do? That's a good question. I'm probably going to wish that I had some white paint under that purple to lighten it up. That was my original plan, was to see if we could start the swipe with the purple, but somehow swipe over the white at the same time. I know that seems kind of like asking for trouble, but that's what I'm going to try and do anyway. I don't know how it's going to work, but it's a swipe, and something always, if you have nice colors, something always works out anyway. So I'm going to rub my finger right down the end and add some wet white paint right down there and use my rag to wipe my fingers off and flip it. I like black in my stuff. There was some black in here. I think I'm going to... I don't have any purple. I like purple. There's plenty of other purple in here. But I'm going to be starting with that brazenly hot neon purple. Okay, going on the other side of that white line. And let's just really go for it. Put that in there. I didn't use either of that metallic turquoise that I want to use. or the light blue metallic, which makes everything look awesome every time, unless it's a background color, in which case stay away from it. Blues in general have not worked for me as background colors. I don't know what the deal is. So what did I say? I said I was looking for blue, but I have this beautiful pink. Did I use that pink? I don't think I used that pink. So let's throw some of that in here. The reason I zigzag my lines is to keep there from being a straight line of demarcation across. I wonder if I have enough of that blue. I kind of wonder why I didn't put the black in already. I did put the black in already. Check me out. I'm on top of things today. Let's do this. What do I have at the end of that? I have some more gold. And I'd like to finish with that purple, but it's pretty see-through, and that's why I haven't been as eager to swipe with it as other colors, because it is pretty see-through, and it doesn't. I'll see in a minute what I didn't use. I think we're gonna have enough paint pulled with the rag to go all the way to the end and then over. That's why I have a piece of freezer paper right there. So I flattened out the paint as best I can, for the most part, with my spatula, and that's because if I leave it in big, high rows, I seem to get an overabundance, and it changes how the configuration works as you're swiping. That probably doesn't need me to do this. Since I can't resist, I'm going to do it anyway, and the reason is because I can. We know that about me. Alright, I hate wasting paint. Let's take this paint, even though it's a little smirched. Now, here comes, ooh, I forgot the turquoise. Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to throw some of that in there. Throw some of that up there. No, I'm not spatulaing it out. And I said I wanted the blue, and I didn't use the blue, and I want the blue. And I'm not sure that's the blue I want. Here it is. I got it. Okay. So, I don't mind all those blues and greens together. I'm actually pretty curious as to see what happens. I am pretty sure, under no circumstances can this be anything but beautiful, because I like the colors I've chosen. I didn't throw... Yeah, no, I threw pretty much everything in there. I'm good. So, let's get that other painting out of the way and get down to business. There's my rag. Here's my purple. Feeling kind of brave and very brazen. Alright, so if I didn't show you quickly enough, this one's kind of long. I think it's actually for 24-inch canvas, but that's the hem right there. Now what I usually do, and what I'm going to do again, is fold the excess and hold it at the place where it's the same length as the canvas. I'm going to dip it in, let it lie down flat, at least the width of the hem, push it back over the edge, and let that cover. Now, I didn't think about whether I wanted to make it a wavy swipe or not. Now I have some color that's not laying down, but that's okay. I think there's going to be a lot of white in here because of the beginning swipe. It's going to be very different, and I think I'm going to like it a lot. I should have moved that bowl of rags out of the way. Now, even though I let that down, I have plenty of color on there, and if I catch it fast enough, it's a good way to attempt to start to cover the sides. Also, I think because that paint is right there right now, before it gets any muddier, I'm going to first I'm going to hit it on the end where some paint came over, and then I'm going to add it back to the sides, on this side especially. I'm going to line that right up as best I can with the edge. I have some purple there, that's working. Okay, so I'm not completely covered, but I have plenty of paint on my freezer paper, and whatever I do now will probably meld with whatever I would like to have covered. Although I'd like to check that. That rag goes in the bucket. Let's turn that right around. Have a look at the other side, make sure we're somewhat covered on our edges, so I don't have to think about that. I think I want to put some purple right down here. Because I can. And because it's there anyway. Everywhere else except for right there. Alright, so I almost never tip these to start with. And it's pretty warm out here, so it might not tip at all. Wow, I can't believe how unlevel that seems to be. But never mind. I probably don't have as much paint as I've had some other times, and that's okay. I've never rain-xed one of these, and it's very tempting, but I think first, before we do anything like that, seeming as we have 3 minutes left, and I have to tell you, if you like what I do, I could use your help, because I don't have any income other than the art I sell once in a while, and there's not a whole lot of that happening quite yet. So I have contribution places if you want to help me out at Patreon. That's a monthly gig. Or PayPal. There are links in my description for both Patreon and PayPal. And there are icons on my YouTube header. I don't want to cook that anymore. What I usually do is come over here with my medical tubing and blow some rivulets, and I think I'm going to do that because even though it's probably going to be pretty, because I'm outdoors, the heat will probably dry the paint before I have a chance to watch it sell. So let's do some interesting. I don't think I've been practicing enough with this because I'm losing my breath. Huh. Or maybe it's because it's a clean new, here, let's have the dirty one. This is the lucky one, it's shorter. Works better for me. Ooh, a naked spot. That's different. Okay. I think maybe on hot days a little more paint. I have a skewer, a somewhat clean one. Yes, over here. Let's see what happens. Because we've got a minute or two. No, we got 49 seconds. But I know there's an extra minute. And there's a dog hair attached to the end. Go figure. I don't know where they come from. I found bird feathers out here the other day, though. That should not come as a surprise to anyone. When spring was here and I was recording videos, they were louder than the music. So we have a lot of white. People used to ask me for white swipes. And we've learned, well, I don't know if I've learned that I prefer them. It's different. I like my streamers. I'm very tempted to go ahead and rain-x this time. But if I'm going to do that, I don't know how much time there is left. So I'd have to get up on my little stool. I'm going to turn this off. And I'm going to say this is Priscilla in Spring Hill at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery. Adding a few spirals. And if I check and you're gone, I'll be back in a minute. And I'm liking those. That's cool. Alright, so let's check. Let's see if you're here and if you can see everything. And I'm not minding much of anything right now. Whoa. Get this stool straight. Okay, so you're still recording. I'm going to turn you off. I'll be back in a moment. Come again. See you in the next video. Bye for now.